How you doing?
¿Qué pasa? Hey, I'm doing. How
Well,
you guys?
¿Qué pasa with you, my friend? What the fuck been up to the last couple days?
I've been a little busy.
Yeah, I've heard.
Eh, what have you heard?
Well, I heard about the dinner.
The dinner was definitely something.
Well, it just confuses me because we have a meeting, the day before or something, and you're raving on about, you hate how lonely this life is. You don't want to have to potentially kill your people, whatever the fuck. And the very next day, y'all are going at each other. Like, what the fuck is that about?
That wasn't me, amigo. I don't know. People have been going loco as of late. There's
Why?
been something like a merger between two different sets. And what that was that like boiling over. But it's resolved, man. It's moving forward. It's no problem anymore.
All right, but where's your head at right now?
On what actually matters.
Hey, what is that?
What we've been working on.
Yeah, but again, I appreciate that you said to forget the conversation never, happened, but it's kind of hard to forget a conversation of that magnitude, ever happened. Seems like, you're swinging back and forth a lot right now.
Are you talking about that little solo conversation we had?
Yeah.
I'm here. Just don't look too deeply into that. Sometimes a man has to voice out loud what is in his heart in order for him to make a decision.
All right. Well, I get it. Trust me, I get it. Listen, what is the guild's actual involvement with you and all this?
So this is what I want to talk about now, man. First of all, I had the meeting with you know who. That day when they flew overhead, they were watching. They asked me if I had received what they tasked me with, and I told them that you are governed by this higher power. That while you were waiting for atonement and a sentencing, it was not from the government that you were awaiting sentencing, but by this being, by this shadow that has the ultimate call. Oddly enough, he seemed to know that already. But they were very satisfied, or at least they appeared to be satisfied, with the answer I give.
Okay, so if they knew that already, how do you think they knew that already?
They know a lot about you.
How do you think that's possible?
Do you remember the night when there was that incident on the pier? It was
where I
me,
shot
you,
your boy?
Brandon, and then... See,
Yeah.
you shot me too, by the way.
Well, you pulled your gun out after I shot your boy, forcing me to then take you out.
In any case, right around that time, I was pulled aside by the boss himself. And he mentioned a group to me that you were involved in. It's the first time I ever heard it. It was called Talon. And they say they've been watching you for a long time. I have only ever heard that name on one other time, and it was on a radio transmission at the FIB building.
Yeah.
In any case, I believe this was more of a trust test for me. They pulled me into a back room and they showed me certain schematics that they're working on. Certain nuclear weapons. And I am at this moment awaiting further instruction from them. Now, as far as the guild go, I don't know about this guild. This orb that they have that we talked about. You have said to take it, right? To steal it. To make use of it.
Kinda, yeah. I said do whatever you think is best at the end of the day, but sure.
Okay. Well, it's in their house, man. Their house is destroyed. In the meantime, they're staying at my place. We're having dinners, we're trying to get more comfortable. I'm using the Epsilon as a proper pivot to use to discuss this orb. They told us that in order to let us use it further, they have to discuss as a group. And at the dinner table, 2 nights ago, they start talking how they all obey and take orders from the Storm Lord.
Who was they exactly?
Delver, Bjorn, Trey, Alex. You say they betrayed you, but you never told me what exactly they did that was a betrayal.
To put the long story very short, when it came down to essentially making hard decisions that would prove what they say is true, they failed. And when they did fail and consequences were headed their way, they lashed out and told everybody and their mother who would be willing to listen about everything we've been working on regarding Talon.
You telling me they betrayed your secrets?
Yes. Not only my secrets, by the way.
Like Delver and Bjorn and them?
Not specifically Delver. I don't know how involved he was at the time, but Bjorn, Lando, I mean all of them, except for maybe Stag and my son. Yeah.
That is why you told me to be careful of them.
Yeah, this was confirmed information that I got from Fiona at the time, who was a guild member.
That is very interesting.
And then when I went on the hunt is when they disappeared. And I have not seen them up until I came back to the city. Even then, I haven't seen Lando or Stag or a few of them since.
No fucking way.
Yeah.
They told me that they're looking for Lando and Stag currently. Because any further use or attempt to try to look into this orb, they want them to be present.
Okay, so what did they say about, the Stormlord and whatnot? Like, what was actually said about that?
So we're talking about like, let us use it, and they say they have to consult first, and we say like, who you consulting and stuff. And I believe it was, I'm trying to remember who, either Trey or Delver or Bjorn, like casually dropping Stormlord in the conversation. So I go, what the fuck is that, Lord? Who you serve? And they say, yeah, we serve the Stormlord. They all said it, and they were even going as far as to say that they were going to teach us about it. I couldn't act too interested there without, making things like seem like I knew anything. So the conversation went, I didn't make any big effort to like reel the conversation back to that. But a part of me also believed that when it came up, Alex, the chica, she tried to divert attention away from the subject. But the others were like eager to tell us about the Stormlord and teach us about their history. All I was thinking is, well, if they're loyal to the Stormlord, aren't we all, at the end of the day, in the same side?
Yeah, I don't know if they are. Well, I mean, it's very clear they are. I don't know what they're up to, but it's very clear they're up to something. To sit there and lie, or maybe they've convinced themselves they've done nothing wrong. I mean, they're that stupid, with all due respect, to do that. But the reality is, there's a lot that people can do wrong and mistakes that you can make that you can come back from. But once you turn to willingly, I mean, these guys are twatting this shit out. All right, literally twatting this shit out. Secrets and of all the things that we've done. Just looking to burn everything down on the ground. So now to fucking disappear and then come back and pretend that you are, I don't even know. It's a very interesting angle, and that's why it bothers me. And Trey, Trey was never even remotely involved in anything. He's always been just a very suspect. Yeah, he's a very suspect individual. He's always, he plays his cards right. Like I said, the man went from nearly being exiled by everybody to being fucking Jaeger's right-hand man during the Sanguine Isle fucking bullshit.
Amigo, this Trey guy, I said at the dinner, like, Trey, you know all the right things to say at the exact moment. I have not mentioned one thing where this guy hasn't like jumped to my defense and like want to help me with everything.
Yeah, that's what he does. He's similar to Gigi in that aspect.
Now, one thing that makes me incredibly worried is Delbert and Bjorn, when we were in their casa, when we were standing in front of that orb, it was clear that it was the faceless speaking. It mentions Skipper, Edgar, Christopher, and Amanda. Speaking of the devil, Bjorn is calling.
Take it, see what he wants.
Hola. What do you mean the security alarm is going up? Is someone in the house, amigo? Just go outside to the fuse box and flip the fuse on and off. That should help with the power. Oh, you guys are awake. Oh, nice. Is Delbert around? Okay. I'll see you guys around in a little bit.
What'd they say?
Nothing. He asking me how to turn the alarm off. The alarm is going off. Just told him to switch the power on and off. That should do it outside. Like
do
the
you
fuse boxes.
do you think like them being kind of wrapped up with you is coincidence or intentional?
Well, it's intentional in the sense that I was in fucking purgatory. I heard Jaeger, Lando, and Bjorn. So when I got out, I knew I had to go and pursue that. So I was the one who initiated the communication. I built a good rapport with Delbert. He let us access this orb. While accessing it, we heard the faceless speaking. And they were talking about some private stuff. I've been very eager to get access to it again to see if we can perhaps hear something more. The problem is, what if one of them yaps too much in public or to the wrong ears?
I mean, that is
And the faceless, like what if the faceless get wind that we heard them and I've been keeping that from them? I've been losing sleep over that. I don't know what to do. Like, do I go first and say, hey, I heard you in that thing, that orb?
I mean, why not? I don't think it's a bad idea.
But then we lose the opportunity to potentially hear something more in the future.
I mean, yes, but do we also think is that realistic at this point? Do you think we're actually gonna fucking get access to that? It seems everybody's on edge on all sides.
I see, but like they say that they fucking loyal to you, man. Or not to you, but to the fucking Stormlord.
Yeah, and again, if they fucked something up or didn't listen to fucking some shit they should have, sure. But the fact of the matter is, they full on went rogue. Edgar, like fully went rogue, with every intent to burn everything down. If that sounds like belief to you, I don't know what to tell you. Motherfucker was brother. Imagine you just told me right now you fucking I don't know. You did some fucking crazy shit, and I turn around and I start twatting it out, sending photos or whatever I can to anybody who will listen. How would you feel about that? Still think I believe in whatever the fuck you would believe in?
I want you dead. I probably never work with you again.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what's crazy is that Yii is like wrapped up in them as well.
I know.
She was at the house. She's like Bjorn's mama or something.
I know.
The thing is, like, you told me likewise to look into a Pilsen. Did you not?
Epsilon, yeah.
So I've been looking, man. I've been going hard at Epsilon. I've been pretending that I approached there for like religious reasons, so it looks good on my case that I'm trying to be reformed. But in the process of going, like I said, I heard of Christopher. I heard Eliza talk about Christopher.
Christopher what?
Christopher Omelette du Fromage is the owner of a Pilsen, the founder.
Yeah.
His full name is Christopher Fromage. I heard the Faceless say, we need to find Christopher and Amanda. Delbert heard the Faceless say, we need to find Christopher and Amanda. Bjorn heard the same thing. So I have my ears perked open waiting to hear of anything from Christopher and Amanda. And one day, when I'm at a Pilsen, because you told me to go and look into it, I heard Eliza say Christopher and I thought, fuck, what if it's that Christopher? So I start digging around. I tell everyone to dig around, there's something fishy going on here. I climb the roof and I find a radio broadcast. And it having like a news broadcast about the faceless. About certain crimes that are taking place in Fort Zancudo. I heard in a similar broadcast, Amanda talking. Literally, I heard a girl named Amanda crying about her papa being killed in FIB. So I want to keep looking in it. I want to keep looking more in that. I'm telling you, man, this orb is connected, Lang. This is a thing of great fucking power. It's no accident that it was in the fucking underground of your establishment, across the street from the Rooster's Rest. The Faceless have one in their fucking property, man. If this thing was invaluable, they wouldn't keep it there. When you enter their casa, it's upstairs and to the left. They have one. And you have one too, potentially in your possession. It's a thing of immense power. It fucking blew up the entire house. It's like some sort of nuclear reactor, like some piece of technology we don't understand.
Okay.
I'm trying desperately to let these guys, like, let us see it.
Take a look at that.
The Oracle. Where'd you get this from?
The same container we got that USB. Said it was a lot of books, files, information, tons of shit. Reason I haven't showed you everything is I just need to know exactly where your head is at.
Who was that book left for?
This was for Victor Blackwell.
And you guys took him out?
We did, yeah. They also know he's missing, obviously, but... Well, they find out it was us, I don't know.
What are you making of that?
Of what exactly?
Of the writing in there, this Oracle.
Well, the truth of the matter is, I'm just trying to return, or seek the return of, the artifacts that was, stolen from me and Roosters, but all this information we're finding in between, I don't know what to make of any of it. Truthfully, I don't know who the fuck the Oracle is, what his angle is, whose side he's really on. The importance of all this shit he's talking about, these shipments, everything. It's just so much fucking information that we just have to dissect, and truthfully, we haven't had the opportunity to completely do it yet, so.
Do you trust this Oracle fucker?
I've never even met him. I don't even think none of the information that we have pertaining to the Oracle was given to us from him. It was given to others that we just then acquired. If that makes sense.
Have you ever contacted by him directly? Or
No.
by her?
I have not personally, no.
Can I ask you why you wanted me to look into a Pilsen?
Well, it's something that's, big on their fucking radar, and it's probably good to look into and see what the fuck is happening there.
Big on whose radar, the Oracle or the Faceless?
Both. I would say. Probably more so Faceless than the Oracle, but both for sure.
I see. What is your plan now? Do you have one?
Well, our plan currently as it stands is either my contact is going to find out when this fucking transport is happening, or hopefully you can get that information sooner. And then from there, we will figure out a way to hopefully retrieve everything that's been stolen from me and my people, and honestly go from there. And just keep extracting information.
I have a play.
Okay.
That can go both ways. We heard the Faceless speaking without them knowing that we heard them speaking. I
Right.
heard it, Delver heard it, Bjorn and one other. You told me to give that information to the faceless. They're gonna ask how'd you hear it, and I'm going to say there is this contraption. He's gonna ask where, and if they find out it's in the house of the Guilders, it will be a betrayal to the Guilders. However, once I bring it up, I will be able to ask more questions. I will be able to ask about Christopher. I can ask about Amanda. And maybe from there we can get some answers. But in doing so, it will burn the guild.
That's very risky. Very risky.
Are you sure you can't trust them, Lag? Are you sure, like, the few that didn't betray you, you can't, like, secretly use them?
If there was even a potential path to secretly use or trust any of them, it would only be fucking Jaeger and Stag. But even then, that's very unlikely. That's the problem here. It's just you cannot trust them. Whatever side you're on, they will expose you eventually.
It's not being on their side, you know. It's like using what they have and getting them.
Well, I think you should use them. Yeah, if you want to get closer with them, sure. I mean, even if I've even debated swinging by and speaking to them just to see how they would react, honestly, and being a bit more aggressive with the intent there. But
you mean at the casa?
Yeah, just fucking swing by, see what the fuck they're up to.
Well, I know that the Cypress is gonna host the dinner for us this time around, and the Guilders are gonna be there.
Yeah, so maybe that's a good opportunity.
What do your artifacts look like? Do you even know? Because I was in their office and I thought I had seen one of the artifacts.
We do have an idea of what they are. Yeah, we have a giant library that contains a lot of information and photos and whatnot.
Because when you enter their establishment, there is many things around set up. There was, in their office, there was these African masks. I could have sworn for a moment because he said, I'm gonna show you something, and he walked over to it, and I started sweating on the inside because I thought, this is it, that's the artifact. But he pulled the lever, and the wall like went up and a different diagram came out. But I wonder, was that African mask one of the artifacts?
I have no idea. It's a fuck ton of shit that was stolen, and or could also just be fucking straight up missing. But
oh my goodness! I just thought of something. The fucking orb that was in the Gilder house. When we went to it, the thing started like activating, caught on fire when we started like demanding too much. I don't know, we did something and the fucking place blew up.
The what?
What if we could somehow get the fucking orb in the faceless house to like activate and blow the fuck up?
Why would we want to blow up a place that could be very useful for us?
Well, I don't know, like it will be in ruin and then we can go inside and like grab shit. I don't fucking know.
You think they would just leave shit there?
I mean, there's stuff all around. They think it's well guarded, but what if this orb were to like activate and blow some shit up?
Edgar, I think sometimes you just need to fucking take a step back and just breathe, brother.
Listen, the idea just come to me. It's like
yeah, but these guys, listen, these guys are extremely calculated. I mean, you saw what the fuck was on that USB. They log and file every fucking thing down to the fucking strands of hair on your fucking ball sack, brother.
See, but this thing is different, man. They don't know this thing, man. This is like a different.
But you do
power.
not know that this could be them making you think that way.
So you think they allowed the thing to let me hear what we heard?
Potentially, yeah. There's no way you just cross that out of your mind at all. You can't cross that out of your mind.
They haven't forgot about your boy Skipper Jones, by the way.
Yeah, we
or
heard about
Larry.
That. Oh, we don't give a fuck about Larry, so.
They say in the last meeting about them.
What they say?
That they still have plans. But they wait for people to lower their guards to assume everything is safe, and then they strike like a cobra.
Okay, interesting.
They may ask for Skipper's head.
I think it's inevitable, yeah.
Aren't you gonna be prepared for that?
In some ways we will be, yeah.
What I mean to say is, will his head be offered?
Um, I, I can't really just answer that question. It's more than just words to explain it, really.
The reason I ask is the way these guys work is every little thing that they give you, that they show you, they demand first. They have repeated that in my absence, they still wondering if it's still the same Edgar who can do what need to be done.
Yeah.
They know about our connection, obviously. I told them that I have befriended you to get this information. I have a feeling sooner or later, perhaps very soon, they're going to say it's time for Skipper to go down.
And if we have to cross that bridge, we cross that bridge.
Okay?
Edgar, the fact of the matter is, there's one thing that matters to me above everything else right now, and that is protecting Rooster's Rest. And I will go to great lengths to make sure that is what happens. This is why the guild, unironically, has lost their minds and went on the betrayal, because they were not willing to make those decisions. I will do it against anybody, no matter who they are or how long I've known them for or what they mean to me. They threaten that, and it is seen as a full-on threat with malicious intent. They're gone, no matter who it is.
I feel kind of bad, because Delaware and stuff, Delaware at least been good, and I've been building this report to mention anything of what I heard to the faceless might put a big target in their back. But if you believe that it's the wise move, then perhaps that's the only way forward.
We are in a business where feeling bad needs to be something you don't do. It needs to be removed from your fucking mind. That's just the harsh truth of it. Otherwise, you're in the wrong business. All this advice can fuck Lang over. Like, you can be like, all right, Lang, I ain't gonna feel bad for you, bitch ass boy. Fuck you over, boy.
Have you made any progress with the USBs?
Slightly. There were some changes to it this morning. More files up. I don't think they realized we have access to it, or maybe they doubted that we could decrypt it. So they put some new information up on there that I can show to you some other time. For now, I think you just need to figure out the guild's true angle here. We need to know if this is just a giant coincidence and them being fucking dumb as fuck, which is they're very capable of doing, or if this is all intended. And if there's intention there, what the fuck is the intention? And why are they here? Especially Trey.
Especially Trey, you say?
Yeah, especially Trey, of all of them. And if you fucking see Lando, he's not gonna be alive for very long.
It's like that with him then.
Yeah.
Okay, well, Bjorn and the Guilders are awake. They will be more active. They aim to give a little bit more news on the situation going forward. They told us they're gonna teach us more about the Stormlord. We'll see how far that goes. And if this Lando or Stag appearing, I will let you know.
Alright. I might swing by the house for a random ass reason just to see how they react.
Okay. Later tonight, in a little bit, I think Delver will be around too, but they're at the house now.
Alright.
Is there anything else you need of me in the meantime?
I mean, don't fuck me over. It would be nice.
Can I see that book one more time?
Yeah. You take pictures of it if you want.
Okay. Okay, I'm gonna get to a moving, okay?
Yep.
Take care, CJ. Take
Have a
care.
good one. Stay safe.
All right. We are going down a fucking inevitable path with all this. I already see it.